All right, it's time for some piano. Hey everybody, how are you today? It is Saturday afternoon. It is actually a little bit later than normal today. I realized after my Piano Prep Stars lesson at noon, I didn't put my devices back on the charger. So they were without battery. So I had to charge them really quickly so that I could go live today again. So I hope you don't mind. Well, before we get started, if you don't mind liking and sharing this video, that helps me reach more piano learners across the globe. The next thing is subscribe, so that way you can get notified whenever there are new piano lessons going live for your class, and you can participate on a regular basis. Next, I operate a very fun piano learning community on Discord, and I would love to have you there as well, because that is like the heart of our piano learning community. It's filled with really supportive people, and you can get feedback from me, and we even host like really fun events on there, so I'd love to see you. All right, and last but definitely not least, I am on Patreon. So Patreon is that platform in which you can help support me on a regular monthly basis at a financial level that's comfortable for you, right? So I've got $5 a month all the way up to $90 a month if you're looking for some private lessons with me, which I still have some spots open. So go ahead and pick something on Patreon that works for you. Every single bit of that helps support these lessons that I'm bringing every single week. Thank you so much. All right, so we are live. Hello, yay. Hey Karina, nice to see you. Hi Elmi, nice to see you. Very good. So let's get started, okay? So go ahead and pull out your adult all-in-one book. I know Karina's ready. Yeah, pull out your adult all-in-one book. Nice. And we are going to turn to page 117, okay? And on 117, you are going to find the song Good People, okay? Good People. We learned this one last week. And this song is really, really awesome because it introduces us to that call and response jazz rock technique, right? You remember that. It's like something ba-da-da-da-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-dum. Yeah, that sort of thing, okay? So this song helps really, really give us a nice introduction to that style, okay? But before we like hop into all of that stuff, we've got to play through it one time, okay? We will be doing the repeats and the da capo al fine, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. All right. Okay, so Good People on 117. I've got my left hand pinky on my low G, and I actually have my right hand pinky on a high G, okay? Now you do remember that there is an F sharp in the key signature, okay? So all the Fs, if they don't have a natural sign, they are going to be sharp, okay? So let's go ahead and play through this one, okay? All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. good people. I totally botched that last line. I don't know why, but I thought one of those notes was actually a C, but I was wrong. It was an E in the left hand. So you'll have to excuse that mistake there at the bottom. Very good. How did you do? Did you do better than me? You probably did. Very nice. So good. Let's see here. Oh, Amy, you've played this song before. Good. I'm so glad. So hopefully you were able to keep up with me, right? It did say moderately slow for the tempo. I didn't want to push it too fast. Okay. Very nice. So let's go ahead and turn the page. Okay. On page 118, we have a fabulous, wonderful new scale we're going to learn, okay? Very nice. So on that page, on 118, we have the F major scale, okay? F major scale is fabulous because it sounds so nice and happy to me. It's one of those scales that it just makes things sound better, okay? For me, all right? So when you learn this F major scale, you'll get to decide if you like the way it sounds too, okay? Now, if you can remember, a major scale consists of a tetrachord and another tetrachord held together with a whole step. Remember? Do you remember our grilled cheese? 2 tetrachords, and in between is a whole step, okay? Now, in order for us to learn how to play the F major scale, let's look at the middle of 118, and we are going to notice some things in that very first line, okay? I see that we have a B flat in our F major scale, okay? We have a B flat because that is the makeup of that first tetrachord, right? Let me switch to piano view and I'll show you how that goes, okay? Here we go. All right, so looking here, I'm going to find my F, okay? Let's first talk about the tetrachords, okay? Now, we've got F to G is a whole step, right? There's our first whole step. G to A is your second whole step. Now, from A to B flat is the half step, okay? So whole step, half step, there we go. There's that first tetrachord. Listen to it. There it is. Very good. Now we're going to connect it with our whole step. That's like our cheese with the grilled cheese. B flat to C. And then we finish it up with another tetrachord. C up to D, D to E, and then a half step up to F, okay? There it is. There's your F major scale, okay? Now, in the middle of that page 118, that scale is written for the bass clef down an octave from where we just did it, okay? And we're only going to use the left hand to play it. So let's learn those fingers correctly, okay? I'll switch back to piano view so we can do that. All right, so looking here, we played this F before. Let's go down to the next F down here. Let's put that pinky on that F, okay? Let's play the notes, and I'll show you when to cross over, okay? Here we go. F, G, A, B flat, C. Now we cross 3 over for the D, E, and F. Okay, now we're going to go down. F, E, D. Cross your 1 underneath, C, B flat, A, G, and F. Okay, let's try it without stopping. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Wonderful, that's excellent. Now, let's switch hands. Okay, now the right hand. we're going to place our right hand finger, one thumb, on the F above middle C. And we are going to make sure that finger 4 is on the B flat, okay? So let's see how this one goes, okay? 1, 2, ready, play. F, G, A, B flat. Now you're going to cross your 1 underneath. C, D, E, and F. Now let's go down. F, E, D, C. Cross your 4 over to B flat. A, G, and C, F. I almost said C. It's definitely not a C, it's an F. So now let's play the right hand F major scale and a little bit more quickly, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Very good. All right. Now, with the addition of now we have the right hand and the left hand, I'd like you to practice that, okay? So practice your F major scale, left hand by itself first, and then the right hand by itself next, okay? If you're feeling up for a challenge, you can try to play them hands together, okay? That's definitely something worth having as a goal later on, okay? So keep that up in your practicing, okay? Now at the very bottom of page 118, we actually learn how to play the F major scale in contrary motion, okay? Now contrary motion is like a brain trip because it really makes you think about how you operate those fingers, okay? Now, as we are working through the F major scale in contrary motion, you can imagine that in between your hands you have a mirror, okay? And that way your hand is going out and then in towards the middle of that mirror, right? So let's see what that looks like in contrary motion, okay? Here we go. All right. All right, here we go. So contrary motion, this is interesting. So we're gonna start by descending in the left hand and then ascending in the right hand. And then we come back in, okay? You'll see how it works. I'll do it very slowly, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. There it is in contrary motion. Nice job. Okay, so flipping over here back. Hello, hello. So keep that in your practice too. It helps to be able to play your scales in different ways, okay? That's a really, really good thing to do because it keeps your brain activated in ways perhaps just playing it hands apart 1 octave could never do, right? That's something brilliant and fun about piano practice is you can sort of like make it something special, okay? Very nice. Now moving on, I have here on page 119, at the very top of the page, there are 2 pink boxes, okay? The first pink box has something called an 8th rest. Okay, have you seen this before? So an 8th rest is very much like an 8th note, a single 8th note. You remember this one? A single 8th note gets the same amount of duration of silence as this 8th rest, okay? So it's a quick rest, all right? Very nice. And then the other pink box has an accent sign, right? So I think it goes this way. Yeah, so our accent sign is really cool because it's like an extra oomph, right? A little bit of emphasis on specific notes that you'll find in your music, okay? If you see this written on top of a note or underneath a note, you're going to give it a little extra power, okay? Very nice. Good job. Now, you'll also see in my book, I have actually put a giant X through this song, okay? Little Brown Jug is not a song that I will be teaching, and this is why. Little Brown Jug is one of those songs that's rooted in something called minstrelsy, okay? And minstrelsy has very dark roots in racism. And that is not necessarily something that I want to be teaching in my studio. But that's okay, because the next song is a perfect song for us today, because it is in F major as well, okay? So I'd like you to turn the page to 120, okay? And on page 120, you will see we are also getting our primary chords in F major, as well as our first song in this key. It's really cool. So the primary chords in F major themselves are going to be our 1 chord, which we're very familiar with from our C major and G major time. The 4 chord, which we have also explored in C and G major, as well as the V7 chord, okay? So looking here in the middle section of page 120, you will see a really nice little left hand F major warm-up for our chords. So let's do that together, okay? I'll switch to piano view and we'll learn these chords together, okay? Looking there in the middle of 120, we have an F major 1 chord that consists of an F, A, and C. Okay, so play it all together as a triad. Excellent. Now, if we're going to turn this into a 4 chord, we are going to have to move our inner tone up a step, a half step to B flat, and then move our thumb up to D. So that way we have F, B flat, and D. Listen to that one. Sounds pretty cool, right? Here it is as a chord all together. Super awesome. Now moving on, we have a V7, right? This is the Roman numeral 5 with a 7th on top. We are going to lower our pinky to E, keep our pointer finger 2 on B flat, and then lower the thumb to C. This is your V7 chord. Cool, right? Sounds great. So now let's see how this chord progression goes in the next set of practice line, okay? Let's count off 3 beats, okay? 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. 1 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, 2, 3, and V7 chord, 2, 3, repeat. 1 chord, 2, 3, up to 4 chord, 2, 3, down to 1 chord, 2, 3, and V7, 2, 3. Very, very nice. Okay, so that is your basic F major chord progression, including our 1 chord, our 4 chord, and our V7 chord. You will recognize the same pattern from us doing it before in C major and then in G major. Now this is a 3rd key in which you can play these chords. It's pretty remarkable how much you've learned up until this point. So our song for this week that we are going to be practicing is called Chiapanecas, okay? Now it says in parentheses, Mexican hand clapping song. It's better to just call it the regular name. This is a traditional song from the state of Chiapas in Mexico, so it just makes sense to call it Chiapanecas. We don't need an extra little name for it. So it's a super fun song because it incorporates F major scale as well as F major chord progressions, okay? The best part of it is that it's supposed to be staccato. We have not played a song with a ton of staccato in a long while. So this is going to be a really great brain exercise as well as a finger exercise at the piano, okay? Let's switch to piano view and we will learn the right hand to begin, okay? We're only doing the first 2 lines, okay? Let's do this together. All right. So looking at Chiapanecas, I see our tempo says moderately fast. We have our B flats in the key signature. We also see it's 3/4 time, okay? It's staccato like crazy. It's kind of funny. And then we even have some accent marks, so we're going to be giving it some extra oomph, okay? Now at the end of these 2 lines, you see it has a first ending and a second ending, okay? We will be learning both of those endings, but we have to figure out the roadmap first, okay? So looking here, we're going to begin with the right hand. Our finger 1 thumb will be on that F, okay? And I'm going to play through the right hand a pretty consistent slow tempo, and we will be saying our note names to begin, okay? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. F, F, A, C, A, F, cross over to E, rest, D, C, rest, rest, E, E, G, B flat, G, E, F, rest, D, C, rest, rest. Now we repeat back to the beginning. Here we go. F, F, A, C, A, F, E, rest, D, C, rest, rest, E, E, G, B flat, G, E, second ending F, rest, C with a 6th on A and F, 2, 3. Okay, now that was cool. It's different, right? It's kind of interesting having like a first and second ending in the middle of a song. It's kind of weird, but it's cool because you can really explore and see what things are happening here. Now, did you notice all those staccatos? What about the rests? Yes, there's like quarter rests like spotted all over this. And then the accent marks really, really get it going, right? So if you can imagine, like, you know, traditional dancers from Chiapas, they go bum 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 bum, and they're stomping, right? They're stomping. They've got their dresses and their dancing shoes, their hats and their sashes, and the gentlemen are, you know, they've got their hats and their belts. They're dancing, right? Bum 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 bum. Right? Very much a traditional dance, right? Lots of stomps, lots of kicks and steps and things like that. So you can really envision that picture in your head. It's pretty cool. Let's play the right hand section one more time. We're going to do the first and the second ending, but I'm not going to say anything this time. That way we can focus a little bit more on style and the accents, okay? Let's give it a try. Wonderful. Okay, so for the left hand, or that's not the left hand. What am I talking about? This is the right hand. Right hand. Treble clef, F major. This is Chiapanecas, the first 2 lines with the repeat at the end of the first ending on page 120. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Repeat. Very good. Yeah, it's nice. You can feel it now with those accent marks. Now, as we explore the left hand, it's going to get really fun, okay? If you've done a good job learning and figuring out your notes for your chord progressions in F major, you got this song in the bag, okay? So first and second ending, we will be doing the left hand only now and see how it sounds, okay? I'm not going to say anything because I think visually you can figure out if it's a 1 chord, a 4 chord, or a V7, okay? You can do this. Here we go. All right. Now left hand, we are starting sort of right under middle C. Our finger 1 thumb is on middle C, right? We have our F major 1 chord, okay? Lots of rest, so pay attention. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. Second and 2, 3. All right, now that was the left hand of the first 2 lines of Chiapanecas, okay? Now, I think that's super fun. I like this song. It's exciting. It's really, getting us in the spirit, right? So I'm going to attempt it hands together, these first 2 lines, okay? These are going to be the only lines that you practice for this week because I really want you to get those chords in F major down as well as your F major scale, okay? When you can perfect this section, by next week we're going to move on because it changes. The style of the song changes. It's a lot more smooth sounding, okay? So let's switch back to piano view and I will play both hands together, okay? With the repeat. I have to say that. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here's Chiapanecas. We're going to play it. Let's see how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, ready, and play. Repeat. Second ending. That was fun. Yes, very, very good. All right, good. We did a great job on that. It sounds fun, doesn't it? Wait until you learn the second half of it for next week. It's going to be even better, okay? Very, very cool. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it, all right? Let's go ahead and, let's see. Oh, Coralis, I'm so sorry. It's okay, Coralis. There's a lot of people that they're just now discovering me, and they're, waiting on their books too. And they're all at different points in lessons. So no worries. Everything is okay. You'll be able to join everybody soon, okay? All right, go ahead and turn the page to 122, okay? I'm going to give you some theory this week, okay? You're like, really? I have homework this week? Well, yes, you do. So on 122, you're going to see it says writing in the key of F major, okay? It's a quick review of our tetrachords, the F major scale, how we build it, drawing your own F major scale, as well as doing it on the grand staff, the bass staff, and the treble staff, okay? This is a good brain exercise to sort of connect everything with what we're actually doing at the piano. So that way you can learn how to write it as well, okay? Very good. All right, wonderful. Well, that concludes our lesson for today. A quick note, I am on Patreon, okay? So a lot of you are now very fully aware of the fact that Patreon is how I earn my income. So if you find that these lessons have been super fun and you've learned a lot and you want to help support me on a regular financial basis, choose a tier that works for you and your budget on Patreon, okay? I have different things from like $5 a month up to $90 a month if you're looking for some private lessons, okay? And I do still have spots available for that. So if you want to hop in, go ahead and do that, okay? Much as a frappuccino, if you can think of it as like having a frappuccino with me, then you get some piano, right? And then you get to sign up as one of my patrons, who are very special people. They're the ones that have made that financial commitment regularly, and that really means a lot because they understand the value of what I'm bringing, as well as keeping the lessons on YouTube also, because I could just as easily take them and put them behind a paywall, but I don't really want to do that, okay? All right, thank you so much for that. Don't forget, subscribe. Like, if you haven't subscribed, you should probably do that. Hey, Christopher. I see you saying hi now. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, join us on Discord, right? So, I know a lot of you students now, Coralis and Amy and Karina and Christopher, all you guys, y'all are so wonderful. You're on Discord, so you get to like hang out with me and like chit chat and share pictures of your pets and your piano playing and things like that. You get to do cool stuff with me. If you want to join like all of us, check the link down below my campsite. It's got an invitation to join my Discord server, okay? I want to see you there because I want to get to know you. All right, great. Well, we finish every music and piano lesson with a quote. So we are going to see our quote today. It comes from the motivational speaker, Emery Austin. And this is what she says. Some days there won't be a song in your heart. Sing anyway. That's so good, right? Yes. You know, it's like one of those things when some days we just definitely don't have the greatest of days and we just don't feel like doing anything fun or like livening up our spirit, but you should just do it anyway, right? So with what Miss Austin is saying is maybe instead of singing, literally, you could be playing, right? So perhaps it's like maybe there's not a song in your heart, you should just play anyway, right? Because sometimes music has that power to bring you out of a dark place, okay? That's really, really important, all right? Thank you so much for joining me. I have someone asking to say hello. Purnima, hi. Quick shout out. All right, if you enjoyed our lesson today, subscribe. I'll see you all very soon. And join Discord so you can hang out with us too, okay? I'll see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.